Hi guys, you're welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Reality Pearl and this is the African Housewives Filiac Show. Today, I'm so excited. We are going to be discussing the Real Housewives of Nairobi. Guys, if you underestimated these ladies, if you underestimated this franchise for whatever reason, I know some of you do or some of you did, take it from me, okay? You need to jump on this wagon right now. This is the third episode. First of all, we're going to talk about Sonal. Sonal has a very calming aura, that woman. The way she speaks, this woman can actually talk me to sleep. I don't mean she's boring. She's not boring. The way she speaks, you would want to know what next she wants to say. Do you understand? The sound of her voice is soothing. That's what I mean. We can tell Sonal is planning an event with her team. She brought them together and they were talking about the details of the event. I don't know what she's planning yet, but her brand name keeps changing. She was like, when you talk about Shikura events and Simba Maharani, now known as Sonal Maharani, more popularly known as generally Oh my God, how many names is so? How many brand names do you? How many brands are you talking about? You know, I understand. She probably owns a conglomerate. Kenyans, please tell me about this woman. I want to know more. Obviously, you guys will know more about her than I do. Moving forward, Maria met with her mentor, someone that is helping her navigate the medicine practice in Nairobi. I think she's also looking to partner with the woman's facility. Moving forward, this scene was Sonal and Susan. So Susan is actually Sonal's friend, okay? And I'm scared for their friendship because you all know, what this show does to friendships. Yeah, even more recently, the Real Housewives of Potomac's Mia and her friend Jacqueline. This season of Real Housewives of Potomac dealt with their friendship. In fact, I don't think they have any relationship right now. Ciao. Sonal said she never lets people into her closet. And so, Sonal is always in this closet from episode 1. Anytime she's shooting in her house, we always see her in this closet. So Susan and Sonal started talking about the rally events in the past episode. And Susan was like, how was the event? Sonal said, well, she felt like her driver was flirting with her. Susan was like, did you see how Minnie dressed? She was looking electrocuted. Her wig was not even combed, and it was like she just threw her wig on and threw a cheap cap on. Susan was like, yes, she knows the cap is cheap because she checked the price. I'm like, what the hell, Susan? Who does that? Like, it's a rally, for Christ's sake. I've never been to rallies before. We don't even know what they are right here in Nigeria, but we saw what happened there. It was a very dusty place, and who dresses up? Who wears their party best to events like that? Can't you see how Lisa dressed up? Whatever. Moving forward, so now was like, Minnie told her that she's coming to her party to throw shade. I'm like, these girls, really? Who tells people I'm going to throw shade before they throw shade? Like, would that even qualify as a shade now? They burnt their sage to chase away evil spirit. I guess the evil spirit will be Mine. Let's see how it will work out for them. Moving forward, Maria decided to take a bouquet to Lisa's house to apologize. Well, if you have not watched episode 2, Maria didn't show up for Lisa's rally events. Yeah. So Maria came to Lisa's house to apologize. Maria, you would have called. You would have just called or even sent a message, a simple message. When Maria walked up to Lisa, she was like, girl, I'm very sorry. I couldn't make it to your event. I didn't know that you wouldn't know that I was sick. Lisa was like, I can acknowledge the white roses. They were beautiful, but I can't forgive her for not telling me that she won't be coming for my event. When they sat down and got talking, Lisa was like, we had lunch, we had dinner, before all this, and you didn't even think to tell me you were not coming. Lisa was really pissed. She was like, she already booked her room for her. Maria said, well, it wasn't her fault. She really wanted to come, but she started feeling unwell. That was on Friday. And it got really worse, and that she was really sorry. And she was like, she didn't know that it didn't get to her. I suppose she means that the producers should have told her. The producers of this show, like from my experience, they do some things that, can be shady. They can choose to withhold or even give any information that will elicit the kind of drama they want from the ladies. So it's really very possible that the producers knew that Maria wasn't feeling well, but they chose to hold it back just so that, they will get Lisa to react. Okay, this is just my opinion, guys. Well, it was so obvious that Lisa was not going to let Maria off just because she apologized. So Maria was like, I'm well educated, so I know the ideal thing to do. I know how to be courteous. Like, you don't need to tell us that you're well educated and Lisa fooled me, guys. I thought she was a calm, person. But I was surprised by the reaction I was getting from Lisa. While Lisa was still talking, giving Maria reasons why she would not forgive her so easily, Maria started coughing, as in like serious coughing, like she was choking on something, coughing right in front of Lisa. Lisa carried on talking as though nothing was happening. Even Maria was like, at this point, I don't understand what is more important to her. Is it that I attend her event or that I'm healthy? I was like, come on now, this woman. At some point, you have to let go. You have to forgive. At the end of the day, she was like, okay, I will forgive her because I'm the bigger person, but I will not invite her for any of my events again. Wow. Who would have thought that she's an obiakpo? Guys, what I mean by obiakpo is someone who is hard-hearted. That's what we call them in Nigeria. Moving forward, the Sonal sent her invite to Lisa and Maria, and the invite was so beautiful, looking pristine. And well, Lisa gave Maria her gift that she already made, for the rally, for the ladies. And on the customized flask, guys, they wrote Dr. Maria's name as Dr. Maina. Now, that was a shade. I don't think it was intentional though, but I feel like it was a whole 2 weeks before Maria came to Lisa's house. Lisa could have as well changed what they wrote on that flask, but she didn't. She would be like, her mind serves her right. I must confess, I didn't read Lisa correctly in the first 2 episodes. I'm like really surprised. Next scene, Minnie and Vera went baby shopping, and Vera was like, she has bought everything for a boy. I'm like, my God, that's crazy, girl. Because it's like, how do you shop for the gender when you don't even know what gender you're having? Maybe that's something that rich people do. I don't know. Vera was like, Ocean will be a good name. Fancy. When did African parents start giving names for the sound of it? Child. It's none of my business, okay? Minnie obviously didn't really bring Vera to shop, okay? After all, Vera has done all her shopping and she specified that she did them abroad. Minnie, on the other hand, though, was pressed to spill some tea. She was like, when we're in Machakos, Susan was a bit skeptical. She was like, She said Susan told her Maria wanted Minnie fired from a job that she was doing, and that she talked shit about Sonal and Vera. Vera was like, she wasn't believing anything. She was like, do you even trust Susan? Susan is a lawyer. You shouldn't trust them like that. Minnie was like, yeah, she doesn't trust Susan like that. Yeah, before the shopping was over, Vera was so hot and exhausted. Why not? Like, look at her. She looks very heavy. All that tea cannot be good for her. She was like, girl, I've seen where you shop. It's time to go now. Let's go. Minnie and Vera can shade themselves though. Listen, Lisa sounds so posh when she talks about her exes. This next scene, she was with her friend and she was talking about a few of her exes and the places that she's been to with them, okay? And she was showing her friend some of the things she wanted to let go of, maybe for the clutter party. She talked about her mom. She was so close with her mom until her mom died. She felt she also needed to declutter her emotions as much as her physical possessions. Moving forward, the next scene was with Sonal. She was looking so down. I don't know what really is wrong with Sonal, but I shall know that there's something up with her. She's planning her party obviously, but she was like, she's hurting. And then she went to her friend. Her friend is Russian. Her name is Elena, and she was like, she was going to Elena for a hug. They talked about a lot of things, because even though they were giving details, it sounded really very vague. But I think just from my own deductions that Sonal is really going through a lot of emotional distress, okay? So her friend was like, talking about that. Do you remember this? I can't even try to mimic her accent. So like, the psychologist. I guess Elena was telling Sonal to try and go see the psychologist, okay? Whatever it is that they were talking about in this scene, I'm definitely sure that it had to do with Sonal's mental health. The next scene was with Susan and her child. Who? You mean your sister or your child? Because, girl, they look so much alike. They even dressed alike. They even had the same hairstyle. Okay, from the back, if you're looking at them, you might even find it difficult to tell who is who. Don't mind me. Of course, Susan is taller than her child, but Get what I mean? And I was even more surprised to find out that she was just 13. Well, they went horse riding. Before she went on horse riding, Susan was just trying to touch base with her daughter. Nothing much, just talking to her daughter, trying to find out what's up with her, what's happening in her life, school. I don't know how she came up with this story of a boy in her class. Like, she was just trying to give her mom a heart attack, because obviously no African mom wants to hear anything about boy. Her mom was not having it. Anyway, she's cute. Okay, moving forward, V was invited for a blind date. Okay, though I don't understand how the invitation was sent, but Vera was like, I woke up this morning and got this message that I have a blind date. So she was expecting it to be her husband, and she was like, I hope it's not my ex. She was expecting to have, flowers and great ambience, all of those things that come with surprise and blind date stuff. Yeah. So you can understand the disappointment when she came in and sat down and was waiting for the blind date, only for her to see Maria. What? Like, what was Dr. Maria thinking? I think Dr. Maria needs to go to a different school for these types of things, because so far she's been failing. Okay. Maria was like, wait, are you this surprised? Maria was like, okay, try to say yes. She wanted them to sit and have a talk, whatever. She had not even started talking. And Vera was like, okay, so you're trying to apologize to me in private, but you disrespected me in public. She was like, it's not going to happen. Okay, she just stood up and was like, please keep the apologies to yourself. You can't disrespect me in public and come to apologize to me in private. Okay, but I must give it to Dr. Maria though. When V was walking out, she stood up and was like also trying to talk to her, and she was like, please don't go, just hear me out, give me a moment to speak, please, Vera. I'll give it to her. She really tried though, because it can't be me. And then I was like, that part almost made her to stop on her tracks. Like, if she's the one on the other side, that she won't even stand up from her seat. I did not expect what happened next. Dr. Maria was like, well, she has done her best because of what happened, that she will not be a part of the ladies group anymore. And she was like, she doesn't want to be in a space where emotions cannot be controlled because of some unresolved situations between her and Vera, and I think also some of the ladies, because so she said her bye-bye, and that was it for Dr. Maria. I was really shocked. I was dumbfounded. Maybe she did the right thing, because it might get to a point where they will throw hands, and for someone like Dr. Maria, I'm sure she won't want to be seen in such light. Okay, of course Vera won't have anything to lose, but Vera would have a lot to lose. Maybe she did the right thing for her, but I didn't see it coming. I was like really shocked. Now fast forward to Sonal's event, and Dr. Maria was not there, so the ladies wanted to know why. Sonal, to the best of her understanding, explained to the women that she said it was for unforeseen circumstances. Susan said, what kind of unforeseen circumstances? So Lisa called her. Lisa was like, Dr. Maria, where are you? She was really trying to dodge the question. She was like, I'll talk to you later. Lisa said, yeah, but this is the second time you're doing this to us. Lisa insisted. Then she now told Lisa, of course the call was on loudspeaker, when she told Lisa that she was not going to be part of the group anymore. Lisa and Susan, like, they didn't have nice things to say. That's just the summary. The clutter party was a snooze fest for me. They were talking about toxic emotions that they've held on to for a long time that they needed to release, and then after talking they will burn it. It was not fun for us because we're not even hearing them. We were just seeing them burning pieces of paper. So yeah, they went for a Thanksgiving dinner. The dinner was set up really nicely. Everything was looking beautiful and classy. And guess what? Mine came in 7 hours later. I slowed down so that you understand it. 7 hours later, that was when Mine was showing up. I don't know, was she at the set or something? Well, actually, she pulled Sonal aside to tell her that her husband just lost his dad yesterday. So Lisa said she can't even believe that Mine had the guts to do that, to come this late. Chill. Jeez. I'm getting scared of this woman right now. Who are you? Sonal announced to the group that Mine had just lost her dad-in-law, and Mine started crying. I can't lie, it looked somehow, but who cares? Like, I even felt bad that I would think that she was fake crying, but not Lisa. Lisa was calling her out in the confessional. She was like, she had all the time to do her hair and makeup and could have gotten there early. Wow, we should be wary of Lisa. At least show some empathy. Like, I get it, you're pissed that she came 7 hours late, but for Christ's sake, listen, Minnie, this woman took her time getting her shady materials ready. This woman came with 3 mirrors. I guess Sona was trying to say, like, you just lost someone, declutter, like, let go of your emotions and whatnot, without knowing that Minnie had her own motive for even coming in the first place. She was like, so these 3 mirrors signifies Maria's faces. She has 2 faces or even 3. She said so she'll be using this one mirror for her front, this for her side, the other one for her back. Everybody was just looking at her like, what the hell? This is not the decluttering that we're all doing. So now I was like, Minnie, what problem do you really have with Maria? Because I know that Maria has attacked Vera, she has attacked Susan, but what of you? Like, what problem do you really have with this woman? Minnie said, well, a little birdie told me that she wanted to get me fired from my job. Sona said, a little birdie told you that she wanted to get you fired. Why though? Did she ever hire you? Oh my god, that was a good question. Minnie is just an actress, okay? I'm sure she is still in character, one of her characters, because the girl loves to put on a show, because it's not adding up. Like, why do you have so much vendetta against Dr. Maria? Why? So now I was like, you know what, I'm going to just tell you what is on everyone's mind right now. So Minnie, you had the time to dress up, do your hair, do your makeup right after you lost your father-in-law. Like, if it were me, I'm talking about Sona now. She was like, if it were me and my father-in-law passed, I wouldn't even be here in the first place. Why didn't you call me to tell me that your dad-in-law passed? Minnie said, you're supposed to be appreciating me for coming to your event, and you're here asking me why I even came in the first place. Like, I knew about your event days before my dad-in-law died. What do you even mean? She was like, I don't understand. It's like these girls want me to come looking She was like, they wanted me to come in a jumpsuit. They will never see me in a jumpsuit. I'm like, what's wrong with the jumpsuit? Like, what's wrong with the jumpsuit? You're crazy, Vinay. You're really crazy. What's wrong with the jumpsuit? She said they will never see me down. As if she's equating being down with being in a jumpsuit. Goodbye. One thing about Minnie, she can read. So when she was talking, so now she doesn't have strength to talk. So she kept like, see, I'm not even attacking you. I'm just asking you. I'm just telling you what people are thinking. At this point, Susan had to step in for her friend, and she was like, that's okay. You know what? This is Sonal's party, so you have to just respect her. Before we knew it, it was Susan and Minnie, and they kept on, the back and forth was too much. I can't even go into details about the things that they said. This one called this one a cheap rat. This one called this one flamingo. And they were reading each other's ass out. These 2 ladies finished this party with their banter, okay? And then that was the end of the episode for me. I don't know if there was more, but this was where the end. No, don't mind me. I've been talking for a long time that I even forgot to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. Guys, have you subscribed yet? Now, if you have not subscribed, please do me a favor and just smack that subscribe button for me, okay? Thank you. I'll be uploading the episode 1 and 2 later on. But for now, see you later.